Is there anything in life that allows you to escape reality, even if it's just for a little bit? Well, for me, that's something in life with skateboarding. Skateboarding has been a huge part of my life. I've been skateboarding for around half my life. And I still remember the first day I started skating. I was watching my dad just ride the skateboard down the street, and I just remember being really fascinated in skateboarding from a very young age. I started off just like everybody else, learning how to ride a skateboard up and down my street, and then eventually that fascination grew on into doing actual tricks. My parents really wanted me to get better at this new hobby of mine, so they really pushed for me to go to a skate park. And I remember the first day I went to a skate park, I was still very little. I was probably 12 years old around this time, and I was terrified. Everybody there was way better than me and older than me, and I was just always a shy kid. I'm talking hug your mom's leg kind of shy. So it was really hard for me to really break out of my shell. But the one thing that I learned from the skateboarding community is that everybody is so welcoming and accepting. And so it didn't take long for me to break out of my shell because of all the other locals around the park. I started skateboarding a lot by myself after that, and I would do tricks every day for hours on end. It was then that I learned my next valuable lesson from skateboarding, and that was self-discipline. See, with skateboarding, you can do a trick a million times and still not land it right. And it can get very frustrating at times. Very, very frustrating. But you have to learn to just get back on your board and try again until you get it right. And that feeling of when you do get it right is better than any feeling in the whole world, in my opinion. Skateboarding even became a therapy for me. I know, sounds crazy. How can hurting yourself, jumping off stairs, be therapeutic? But for me, skateboarding it became that one thing that I can do without having to worry about anything else in the world. If I had to do a trick, I was focused on landing that trick. Nothing else could bother me. So for my cultural artifact, I brought one of my first skateboards. It's not my first skateboard, I lost that unfortunately, but this is one of my firsts. And I used it because not only because of the sentimental value it has, but I think it's a pretty good representation of the resilience you need as a skateboarder. You can see all the cracks. I mean, it's literally falling apart. But if I were to set this up, I could still get use out of it. Skateboards are made to be strong, just like you. You're made to be strong. You have to get back up on your feet and try again. So skateboarding for me, it turned into more than a hobby. It became my go-to escape. If I ever wanted to just de-stress and relax and focus my mind on something else, I would go to skateboarding. Skateboarding is a huge part of my life, and it's taught me so many valuable lessons. Thank you guys for listening.